So, WWE SuperCard just about to have a brand new tier. Wait, what? It's been less than like a month and a half since the last one. What is going on? Well, I have no idea either, but we're going to go through everything that has been announced so far and our first look at the Road to WrestleMania tier or Road to Mania tier or whatever it is that's coming up. As I promised before, we're going through this in a lot of detail because there's a new card cap, there's more cards being allowed, there's better pull rates coming, there is just everything, and the possibility that we could have 2 tiers released in a month. Before we get started though, if you are excited despite the craziness, then please leave a like on the video. And in the comments down below, I want to know what superstar you want to see in Road to Mania, because we've got 5 reveals in this video, 5 brand new cards revealed for all your beautiful faces. So strap in. Make sure you press that subscribe button if you're brand new, and I'll heart every comment that has a hearty yeehaw at the end. Before we get into the nitty gritty though, 2 things. First of all, 2K20 cards fully leveled up. What the heck? These guys are insanely overpowered. Just look. These are probably going to be about the same level as these Road to WrestleMania cards that are coming. Let's go into the rewards and grab our Codebreaker rewards, finishing at rank 227. This is going to be a very powerful, very juicy, a very delicious card. The man has come around and it is time to level her up and find out just how good she is. I've got a lot of cards I kept back just for this moment. There it is. WWE Universe I just pro'd up. Let's see how powerful she is. I can't be bothered to wait. Let's go. 24.7 mil. She's better than Alexa Bliss already. Well, hot damn. Jesus. She is powerful. Absolutely squashes Alexa Bliss. But now onto the Road to WrestleMania, because we've got a lot to get through. March is the month in which everyone here at SuperCard HQ figuratively point to the WrestleMania sign. And we kick off our own in-game Road to WrestleMania. We've got a cool slate of features and activities coming your way. We've got a new fusion event where you can earn 2 special edition cards, and we'll also be debuting a brand new mode and an entirely new tier. And then there's a massive paragraph about feedback. So I'm just gonna cut this down to bite size so everyone can understand. They want to talk about the state of the game and acknowledge feedback, and that one of the running themes they've noticed is the card cap. It's mentioned a lot in feedback, and they say that SuperCard has grown and evolved a lot since the initial cap system was designed, and that the current cap system isn't working. I wouldn't say it's not so much not working, I think you just don't need a cap. No, we need a hat. What do you think I was going to say, Charlotte Flair? They say there's too much space for new players and not enough for the old veterans. I make it sound like we've been through several wars. They then announced in late March that there will be a brand new progressive cap system. For each tier you now go up, more space will be added to your card cap. Currently we don't know where this starts, but I would imagine at the very beginning of the game, you'll probably start off at something like 150 to 200, which is similar to where SuperCard started when it first released. But then they go back to the very beginning that there's not enough space for cards for top tier players, where they add that an additional number will be added to the current card cap, making it 450 total cards that you can hold in your catalogue. And as new content releases, they'll be evaluating the card cap and making necessary adjustments. Now this actually makes a lot of sense, because a lot of the reasons behind a card cap was more to do with the stress on the network and network potential problems, and if they were to reduce maybe some of the beginner end and then add more at the other end, you're taking some away from the people who don't need it and adding it to the guys who do. Well, personally I think that's a smart idea. What that doesn't excuse is the enhancement cap. Seriously, it's the same card times God knows how many. let us keep them. But that's just a personal gripe. We continue with them announcing as well the brand new tier will launch, which was kind of like, what? Really? How? It's a brand new tier? Yes, Road to Mania tier, which I did speak about in my last video where I claimed the 2K22 QR codes, is launching on March the 9th. Yeah, I'm confused as well. Don't we have a WrestleMania tier? Well, we'll come back to that in just a second. They announced that with this tier, guaranteed pull mechanics will be changing, meaning that more pulls will drop off of the board at a faster rate. And this is something that I've suggested is a big deal and needed to be done a long time ago, especially with the raft of special edition cards coming into the game. Nowadays, the basic cards aren't doing anywhere near what they used to do before. If you go and have a look at my top cards, let's go to the general tab, you will see that I have, other than the Dom and Rey Mysterio, my best cards are event cards. Then you have the special edition cards. Then you have the ones that you can pull off the board, and they are, even at F1, are beating F3 standard cards quite easily. And these cards are pretty simple to obtain, either by spending or by grinding like the Valentine's event or through things like the Super Pass. These cards are becoming more redundant quicker. So having the ability to make them F1, F2, F3, or potentially now increase that to F5 makes total sense. They then announced the Road to WrestleMania, a special 3-ish week fusion event that kicks off on March the 10th as part of their own celebration of the show of shows. During this event, you'll be able to earn special edition cards of 2 superstars with incredible WrestleMania moments. Who remembers the WrestleMania 3 event for season 6? That was something awesome. So, Cat Daddy, this is where I have to make the plea. Please give me a WrestleMania 17 Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know the drill with this already. Collect special ingredients, drop them in the fusion chamber, and obtain collectibles that you can take to the collectible store. For this event, you'll be collecting vehicle stuff because you know you're hitting the road. Etc. We're upping the ante by pairing this with a few other notable events. 2 collection sets. We'll be debuting 2 sets that require 3 cards each. The first can be built from the ingredients from the draft board. The second will require ingredients from the fusion chamber. Synergy. Then 2 quests, 1 week after the fusion event kicks off, and at the end of the month, there'll be 2 individual quests, probably for the 2 special cards I mentioned just now. In addition to the fusion event, an entirely new tier is very much on the horizon. Road to WrestleMania tier and its Cowboy Vibes debut on March the 9th. WrestleMania is all about big surprises, so we thought we'd toss out a big one. So if you watched my previous video, you would have known that this Roman Reigns card exists. Now, it's not the only one we have though, because we have an additional 8 cards to reveal. I think 8 cards, if my math's correct. Yes. 8 cards to reveal. The first one has come from Funky Town on Twitter, who dropped in this Rob Van Dam card. Sorry, Rob Van Dam. Then we have a Laura May who reminds us that we are not ready for this new tier because Asuka was right in front of us and we didn't even know it. Then the one, the only, the King Kitten himself, the kingiest of the kittens, dropped in this Ricochet. With finally Bullfrog dropping the Pete Dunne looking into the distance with the shine of the setting sun in the background. But not too long ago, we got a reveal of 3 more cards, including Kevin Owens. And this is a very old image of Kevin Owens. Not just that, we also got Becky Lynch from her early SmackDown days, and then Charlotte Flair from her old NXT Divas Championship days. Plus we have this random card back. Now that might be something that's coming, or it might be part of this fusion event. Who knows? But straight up, I can tell you, I'm excited. It then mentions about a Roman Reigns Money in the Bank takeover, where for a limited time in March, Roman Reigns will have an additional bonus reward given to anyone for climbing to the top of the ladder and grabbing the briefcase. The twist will be, is outside of the special theme, you'll have an opportunity to face off against Roman, and you'll be rewarded with extra super coins than normal for defeating him. I like. But there's more. Yes, a brand new mode is being introduced similar to Reward Mania and what's the other one? Ah, yeah, Chart Topper, because everyone loves Chart Topper, apparently. Although this does sound pretty cool by design, it's 24/7 champion mode. It ain't easy being king, we hear. You'll get the chance to prove that or not in the 24/7 mode, which will be coming later this month in an app update. It's a new time limited rotating mode that challenges you to become the 24/7 champion, and more importantly, holding on to the title. When the mode is active and after you enter, you'll be able to start a match for the championship, and if you win, you'll earn the title and start a new championship reign. At random times, you'll be challenged by CPU opponents, and you'll be given a timer to answer that challenge or risk losing that championship. Winning the championship has perks. As champion, you'll earn rewards for each opponent you beat. These rewards, which are cards by the way, get stronger as you win matches and create streaks. You can be challenged while offline or online, which is something that we will be listening to your feedback about. Importantly, challenges operate on cooldowns, and that should help you plan your road to continued success. We're looking forward to the havoc that this mode causes as we scramble to earn the title. Now, I've seen this kind of mode in other games before, and the thing that piques my interest and caught my ear a little bit and was like, I'm not sure about this. So I like the idea, but the fact that you could be challenged might mean that some of your cards will have to be declared as like a defense or something. We don't know for sure, obviously, until the end of the month. We won't know exactly what this means. But what it might mean is that 4, maybe 6 of your cards might be locked away and unable to be used in other game modes whilst they're active. I just hope this mode is a bit better than the perfect match one, because yeah, we can just never have that back. That'll be great. It then says, what's next? Well, the road is just the start of our celebration of the show of shows. We'll have more cards to share with you, of course, and some new activities. We'll also have a brand new event that features tag teams. So this one at the end, very interesting. Why? Well, 2K22 included these 2 brand new cards, Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Now, there was also a support called Tag. This may have nothing to do with it, but it seems weird to just randomly insert a brand new support called Tag into the game when a tag team event is around the corner. So it may just be that I'm theorizing too and looking too much into this, but usually there's no smoke without fire, so perhaps this has got something to do with it. Maybe this is a way of introducing the new support so they can add it into more tiers later on. Now, there's one thing that a lot of people have been asking me, and that is, what the heck is going on? Because this is not normal. Usually we get a WrestleMania tier just before WrestleMania, and I may be wrong, but I wholly believe that that is still happening in some way or another. The question is, how? Well, my guess is that this fusion event and this road to WrestleMania tier will be like a sub-tier. I may be wrong when it releases and it may be a complete brand new tier, but there's 2 ways that this can go. The first is we get a mini tier as such, a way to kind of hold over as a special event as we go towards WrestleMania and kind of fill out the gap that is left with how fast Royal Rumble 22 tier has gone. And it feels like it's gone at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. There are more special cards in this tier than have been in most tiers, if not anything other than SummerSlam tier last year. It really has. But the thing that I see the most as the biggest glaring reason why I feel this is either some kind of start of a bigger plan, and they even say that this is just the start of our celebration of the show of shows, is this date here on the 30th of March. Now, I've spoken about this before as being the potential day that WrestleMania tier would drop, and I still believe that there is something coming then. Having a road to WrestleMania tier after WrestleMania tier is live kind of defeats the subject. Then we have the second route this could go down, and that may be related to the fact that SummerSlam is earlier this year, almost a month earlier. It happens at the end of July instead of August. Now this would make sense for them to release a tier now to then release a brand new tier at the beginning of May. Then to have another 2 months go by for July to roll around and then release a SummerSlam tier then. But that would then also bring up, when would you release a Season 9? Or is this building up to something completely different? We're looking way further into the future here, but this is definitely a fork in the road I don't think anyone who's been playing this game for a long time expected. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below, along with a yeehaw, because Texas cowboy hats and Brock Lesnar. Just imagine Brock Lesnar coming out with this. Be pretty crazy. But that's going to be it from me. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you're excited for the confusion that's going on, which is Road to Mania tier. And subscribe not just for SuperCard because of the brand new tier pack openings and etc. And this crazy new mode, this going at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Funny because it's a road and cars and stuff. But also 2K22, of which I'll be focusing a lot of my time on my faction. But my name has been JB. You have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
So far away, we wait for the day.